Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips NFL Thursday Night Football and College Football Week 3 show. I'm going to be looking at tonight's NFL game, and I'm going to go through the ratings that have thrown up plays on the college football for this weekend. Tonight, obviously, we've got the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets getting it on in the NFL. Two teams that, let's be honest, don't particularly inspire a great deal of confidence. Certainly at the quarterback position, I'd prefer Tyrod Taylor to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think the running game, we have two ageing running backs with injury history, shall we say, in Matt Forte and LaShawn McCoy. I think certainly there's weapons wide out for the Jets. I think Eric Decker could have a big game tonight. And obviously Sammy Watkins, who's hobbled by injury for the Jets. Defensively, I'm not sure that either team is particularly good against the run, though. If I had to pick a team that's got the edge defensively stopping the run, it would be the Buffalo Bills. I mean, the Jets were obviously very good last year. Both tackles have moved on. Revis is not as mobile as he used to be, certainly. If I had to make a play in this game, I certainly wouldn't want to take. I mean, it's only a small line. I think it's -1. The Jets. I wouldn't want to be taking them as a favourite on the road to the Bills, no matter how much the Bills struggled, gaining less than 200 yards of offense last week. If I have to make a play on this game, I will certainly be playing under the total, and I think that's where we'll go with this game. I think under the total of it's around about 40.5 points, something like that. As I say, Buffalo were held under 200 yards of offense by Baltimore in defeat in Week 1. Ryan Fitzpatrick had a dog of a second half Week 1 as well. You don't want to be overreact to those things. Buffalo surprises me more than Fitzpatrick not having a good half of football, because I do think that Buffalo were obviously in the top 10 of offense last year. I think the play on the game, though, to play it safe, will be under the points. That's historically fairly solid in Thursday night games. They are often lower scoring on the short week, so the play is a couple of points on under the points in New York Jets and Buffalo Bills. Looking at college football, we obviously have a game tonight as well. It's Houston and Cincinnati in the college ball. This game's got a very high total. When these teams have met, historically, it does go under this line. The line is set at 64.5. I'm going to throw 3 points at under 64.5, but it's very difficult to get away from Houston in this game after the upset win in Week 1 as well. So I'm going to play Houston -7 to beat Cincinnati. 4 points on that as well. I've spent the day crunching the numbers, going through the ratings. There are some huge games in college football this week. There are some very nice plays as well. I'm going to start with my two biggest plays of the weekend. Louisville and Florida State. Very tight line on this. I'm going to play. I can't really choose a side. I flip-flop between the two, but I do think that 68 looks high, and certainly my ratings comply with that. I'm going to have 6 points on under 68 points in Louisville and Florida State. The other game that looks massive, that I'm also struggling to pick a side and keep flip-flopping, I am going to play a moneyline play in the game though. Ohio State and Oklahoma, 63, I think is close to a touchdown too high. I'm going to have a max 7-point bet on under 63 points in Ohio State and Oklahoma, and I'm going to put 4 points on Oklahoma on the money line as well. They obviously started as favourite. The line has flipped to Ohio State, which is usually an alarm bell. But I think Oklahoma win this in a tight game, and I'm going to put 4 points on the money line. Notre Dame and Michigan State is another game. I'm not sure how Michigan State are going to score points in this. They haven't looked that great to me offensively at this point in the season. The line here is set at under 51. We're going to have 6 points, under 51 points in Notre Dame, Michigan State. Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech. Live dog here. Vanderbilt almost getting a touchdown. We'd obviously be much happier with 7. They're +6.5. Vanderbilt +6.5 is worth 3 points, and we're going to throw a couple of points at Vandy on the money line as well, like the Commodores. Pittsburgh and Oklahoma State is another live dog. The line is crashing. It was at 6 when I started doing the numbers. It is already into 4.5. I'm going to play 3 points on Pittsburgh 4.5, and I'm going to throw a point at Pittsburgh on the money line as well. Texas and Cal. This looks like points all over the place. Texas is playing much more up-tempo than in recent years. And I just 81.5. I don't know that they can set this line high enough. I'm going to play 3 points on over 81.5 in Texas and Cal. Nebraska and Oregon. Oregon are not the team of recent years in my mind. I think Nebraska have got a great shout to win this game. The line is only a field goal. I'm going to have 5 points on Nebraska, -3 against Oregon. I also think the total's high due to Oregon's reputation of years gone by. I'm going to play under 73 points in this game. USC and Stanford. What a huge game this is for USC. They cannot possibly be as bad as they were against Alabama in opening game. They had a bye last week, I believe, as well. Stanford were on bye last week, weren't they? USC +9. That looks like too many points to me. I think these two teams normally have games that come down to sort of the final possession, so I think 9 is almost a gift. I'll play USC +9 against Stanford. Alabama, Ole Miss. I know that the Rebels have played Alabama close. They've won, I think, the last 2 years, if I remember correctly. I'm going to play Alabama today, though. The concerns about can Alabama run the ball, we'll find out here, because that Ole Miss front is pretty good. Alabama -11. I'm going to play 3 points, but I do think it will be low scoring. I'm going to play a bigger bet, 5 points on under 54.5 points in the game. Colorado against Michigan. Yep, okay, Michigan are winning, but what have they actually done so far? Colorado can score, and I think 20 points is far too many for this team to be giving. So Colorado +20 against Michigan. Tennessee against Ohio. Tennessee have not looked good. Squeaked by Appalachian State week 1, wasn't it? It's almost 4 touchdowns again. We'd like the 28, but 2 points on Ohio +27.5 against Tennessee. Missouri against Georgia. I'm going to throw 2 points at Missouri +6.5 against Georgia. BYU, we played against them with Utah last week. Utah won the game, which we got correct. However, they did not cover. BYU covered. They play UCLA this week. I'm going to play. I think BYU are a live dog coming off of that game to rebound. 3 points on BYU plus the field goal, and I'm going to play a couple of points on money line as well. Texas A&M against Auburn. Not inspired by Auburn at all. Texas A&M +3.5 with the hook. I'm going to play 5 points on the Aggies, and I'm going to have a couple of points on them to win money line as well. Appalachian State almost beat Tennessee in week 1. They're probably not going to surprise Miami, but getting the hook, I'm going to have 3 points on Appalachian State +3.5 against Miami, and I'm going to play the same on Appalachian State on the money line. Rutgers -5.5 against New Mexico. If Rutgers can't win this game and win it comfortably, there's really no hope for them. I'm going to throw a couple of points on that. And Western Michigan -3 against Illinois. Not inspired with Illinois, what they've done thus far this year. Western Michigan are it's very rare that you'll get a team going into the Big Ten from is it the MAC, I think, that Western Michigan are in. I'm going to play them as giving the field goal to Illinois, see if they can take that scalp on the road. Western Michigan -3 against Illinois. The ACCA for the week this week, a 2-point accumulator. As I say, we haven't copped one yet. We are 0-2 on them. Baylor -31 to beat Rice. Nebraska -3 to beat Oregon. East Carolina +3 to beat South Carolina, because I don't know that South Carolina can score enough points to keep up with East Carolina. Texas against California over 81.5 points, and Notre Dame against Michigan State under 51. That pays odds of 23.31 to 1. So that'll be very nice if we could nail that one. Those are the college plays for this week. Best of luck if you're joining me on these plays. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be back tomorrow with a more in-depth view at the rest of the NFL games for Sunday this week. And let's watch some football. See you later.